we're a bit past time now, so I'm going to go ahead and get started. So first of all, thank you for taking time out of your day to join us. And welcome to our webinar, Empowering Developers with Training Solutions. We're going to go into some of the issues that embedded development teams are faced with and what Wind River offers to help mitigate these problems. To start off with, my name is Ranjit Sikant, and I'm a campaign specialist at Wind River. I've been here for about 2 years, and my job mostly consists of communicating with customers and clients to make sure that they understand our products and offerings as well as possible. I'm joined by my colleague Majed, if you'd like to introduce yourself.
Thank you. Good day, everyone. My name is Majed Miziou. I am Wind River Custom Education provider based in France. I deliver training on various Wind River products mainly in the EMEA region and sometimes outside the EMEA region. And also I do curriculum development for several courses as regards the delivery, I deliver on-sites and live remote courses. So back to you, Ranjan. Thank you.
Thank you. So on our agenda today, we're going to be talking about, let's see if it, on our agenda today, I couldn't get it to load, but we're going to talk about some of the issues around workplace preparation. We'll discuss education and training, and then we'll move into a demonstration of the Wind River Learning Platform. So I jumped directly into the slides, but the issue that compelled us to present this webinar and what we're going to be covering today is that a lot of teams feel like their employees are not ready when they're moving into embedded software projects. They feel like they're either coming into the project unprepared or they're not being able to train themselves as they're entering projects. You know, a lot of real-time operating systems are a little bit difficult to access, or university courses may not be covering embedded software as well as they should be. And so you end up in this negative feedback loop. So you have companies that are hiring new developers to expedite the process. They have their shareholder expectations. They have, timelines that they want to have. And then you have a lack of education leading to unprepared applicants. You have people who either can't train themselves or haven't been trained, so they don't know what to expect when they're moving into the project. And then you have, senior team members who need to train the new hires. Even people who come in with experience, they're feeling like they're not quite ready when they're moving into the project. And this is an issue that we saw with a few of our customers. People are saying that, they're preparing to work on the real-time operating system. They need to do something specific, but their team they're not familiar with the project. So one thing that Wind River started to do was that we would work with different clients, different customers, and we would help them on their projects, but we decided to offer a different solution. And so, training is something that everybody is aware of, but it's also something that benefits everybody. So here's just a few quick stats. So companies that invest $1,500 in training saw 24% higher profit than companies with lower investments. And then 34% of employees ranked training and development as a significant factor in deciding where to work. So it's not just that companies benefit. It's not just that you're making more money or anything like that. It's something that your employees are wanting to do. In the US, people are, heavily, majority of respondents are saying that they want to be trained or they're willing to train. So it's something that employees are looking for, development, training, kind of thing. Nobody really likes moving into a project and not knowing what to do. Everybody wants to feel productive and like they're benefiting their team. So we introduced the Wind River Learning subscription, and I can pass it off to Majed now, who will demonstrate the learning platform.
Thank you, Ranjan. So let me share my screen now. Here we go. So Wind River learning subscription. In fact, Wind River has a long experience with training. We in our training offer, we have divisions, one for instructor-led training, and the other is for learner subscription. And the objective is to offer to our customers different capabilities to let their teams learn the Wind River's products. So the Learn subscription is continually growing. So, for example, we have over 20 hours of new learning content that are added per year. And it's an e-learning content, so it's available 24/7. Therefore, your teams can train themselves, can learn whenever they want, according to their desire or to their project requirements. The training, the courses are composed of videos of slides and illustrative examples, etc. But not only that, there are also labs that the trainees can do using remote lab environments. Okay, and that's very, very interesting thing in my opinion. The instructors are located worldwide to deliver courses for Wind River or to Wind River customers, and they have a deep experience, and they are subject matter experts. So I'm going to do a demo of learning subscription. In my demo, I will demonstrate the course library, the login process, and in order to illustrate the usage of the courses that are available, I'm going to take an example. It's a well-known example in real-time systems. It's known as a race condition issue. And in a real-time application, that issue must not exist because the code must be reentrant. Okay, so let me first show you the learning.windriver.com webpage. This is it. So in that page, you can access both instructor-led training and learner subscription. You can even use this button to subscribe now. So let me show you the form that you get. When you fill this form and you submit it, it will arrive to Wind River sales, and then the sales person or persons will contact you in order to know more about your, let's say, need and request, and you get an offer, and then there will be a commercial process. Once Wind River gets your purchase order, then you will have an access code that will enable the access to the e-learning courses that are available, and all the e-learning courses are available for all the subscribers. Okay, so let's click here, learning subscription, to see the following page. And as you can see, there are several courses available. And by the way, you can even get the now button, or you can get it if you know already your Wind River account manager. So you just account manager or field application engineer, by the way, just contact him or her, and then we can start a process to let you get access to learn subscription after your PO. Okay, so let's log in. So the login page is available over there. So here, login. You get this page. So you need a username and password. So if you have an account with Wind River you have already an account with WinRiver, you give your username and password. But if you don't have, you click need help signing in, and then don't have an account, register now. So the registration form is coming. Okay, so this is the registration form. And once you are done, since you have already purchased the learning subscription, you have an access code, and therefore you can go back to this login.winriver.com. That is the redirected page from learn.winriver.com. So you type your username and password. So I got this page, and then I'm going to learn, learn.winriver.com. Okay, here we go. So since I'm logged in, I have access to all the e-learning courses. The e-learning courses library is organized by categories. So here are the categories. By the way, if you go down, you can see the latest courses that are available online. So, for example, if you are looking to looking forward to learn about VxWorks, you click VxWorks, and then you obtain the page that shows all the courses that are related to VxWorks. Okay, so for example, we have VxWorks 7 Essentials, Workbench and Tools. Okay, and VxWorks 7 Essentials Application Development. Let's see more about them. So there are several courses available in the Workbench and Tools. And if I go back, there are also several courses available in application development. And since my illustrative example is about semaphores, I want to learn more about semaphores. Semaphores is a famous kernel object used in real-time operating systems to do synchronization, to allow synchronization or to protect shared resources. So let's click on that course, and I want to learn more about this, so I need to register. I click register. And I will receive an email after this confirming my registration. Okay, so here is the table of content of the course, and if I go to the first topic, all the content will be available here. And if I go down in that topic, I can click to hear more about, to hear the presentation about the introduction to VxWorks semaphores, basically. So I hope you have heard some of it, because I put my headset on the microphone. So, for example, I want to solve a mutual exclusion problem. The race condition example is a mutual exclusion problem. I can learn about the subject, go into that topic, and if I start that topic, there are several several details about the topic. And as you can see, we give illustrative examples to explain things. Okay, let me see. Okay, so it's really concrete examples. Okay, and let me see if I find for you the mutex issue. I think it's here. Yeah, there is a I selected a synchronizer problem. So let me see. I have to select this one. That's why I didn't find my figure. I wanted to show you. So this is the so this is an example of race condition. Okay, and it is really well explained and how to solve it using the mutual exclusion semaphores of VxWorks. So if you go down in the table of content, you can see that there is a quiz available. Okay, there is a lab exercise available and a lab solution. Okay, the lab exercise is itself an e-learning module, so you need to register in order to use it. So if I click here, lab exercise, and it says register for the lab. Okay, why I'm going back to the list of courses. Okay, let me go back again. Here we go. And let's go back to the application development. And here we go. We have the course lab. So I'm going to register myself there. Register here. Takes some time. And then I got this page that allows me to launch the remote lab environment. Okay, so launch the lab environment. Go to your lab environment. Yeah, it will be less than 40 seconds. So hopefully, maybe the America is starting, I mean, at least West Coast is starting working. So maybe this will be slow. Okay, here we go. So this is the lab environment of VxWorks 7 and Workbench Essentials. And this is the lab environment, and this is the control panel. Both parts can be split to form two windows. So here, this window, and I can actually display that in full screen if I want. Okay, full screen. So the lab documents are available through the application icon that is here, Wind River Training Labs, and for the lab of the semaphore chapter is called using Semaphores Lab. Okay, so I can do the instructions step by step using Workbench, and the lab is based on VxWorks Simulator, by the way. Okay, so this is how it works. I mean, to practice, to do labs available for the online courses. Okay, so for my demonstration, I already prepared the lab environment. So here we go. Oh, what's Okay, stream. Oh, it's here. I was surprised. I registered to the System Viewer lab. So I launch the lab environment. It is already saved, so it's not a start over. So it will be faster than start over. So I go to lab environment. And the example is, I developed the example already there. So in my example, I have an application available here. Okay. And the source code of the application is the following. So in my application, I have two tasks. Okay, I have two tasks. And both tasks, both entry point functions of both tasks, they use the same function, and that function uses the same global variables. They share global variables. Okay, so there is a resource that is shared between the two application tasks. Okay, let me run that application. So let's boot a VXSim target, and let's download the application module to the target. By the way, I didn't select split windows. Better to have full. So here we go. And I'm going to start my application. Okay. And here we go. And let's see what happened. In fact, if I go up, I can show you that we have here application, my app task 1 wants to assign A at index 1, and application task 2 at index 14, sorry. And application task 2 wants to assign B at index 15. Okay. And then instead of assigning B at index 15, it assigned the B character to the index 15, and then application task 1, lower priority, took back the CPU and assigned it A to the same index. So there is a data corruption here. Okay, it's clear that there is a data corruption, and we can see the interaction between the tasks using System Viewer. So let me reboot my target here. Okay. Let's download the application again. This is the System Viewer configuration view. And I'm going to just type my application start here, but without enter. System Viewer login, then enter in the VxWorks kernel shell. By the way, it's a command line interface. And then I stop System Viewer login. Here we go. We get the graph of System Viewer, and I can display it in 100%. My two application tasks are available over there. Here they are. Application task 2 and application task 1. Here there is a priority inheritance. It will be long to explain what is it. But here we go. We can see, after zooming in, the interactions between the two tasks. Okay. And you can, using System Viewer, identify that there is a race condition between those two tasks. Okay. So let's move on. And let's solve the problem, basically. For that, I create another application, and this is the source code of that application. In that source code, in the initialization routine, I created a mutual exclusion semaphore. And that I'm going to use that mutual exclusion semaphore in order to protect the shared resource that is available here. So there is a couple of SEMTake and SEMGIVE at the beginning and at the end of that critical section of the code. Okay, so let's reboot our target again. Let's download the solution, I would say, sorry, download the solution to the target. Okay. And let's go back to system viewer configuration. And then I type sp my application start, but without typing enter. I start system viewer login and then enter and then stop system viewer login. Let's expand the system viewer view and to 100%. And let's go down in order to retrieve the application tasks. Here we go. So they are here. Okay. So this is the creation phase. I mean, the creation of both tasks. And the task T1 created the semaphore. So I'm going to make a zoom there in order to retrieve this event of SEMCreate. You see, I lock the object, the semaphore ID, because I want to see the next usage of that semaphore. So it was by my app task 1, SEMTake, critical section protected, and the next one, SEMGIVE. And again, SEMTake, SEMGIVE, SEMTake, SEMGIVE, etc. Okay, the higher priority task has a delay. So once the delay expires, it gets and if the resource is available, so the semaphore was given, then it gets the resource in order to use it. So I'm going to select my application task 2. I'm going to lock it and see the next SEMTake of that application task. So here it didn't succeed to get the shared resource because it is pending. And then we have here it succeeded actually because it's pending for another reason. I think it's maybe accessing the target console because it has made printf, because it's a shared resource, by the way. So etc. So there is an interaction on the shared resource using SEMTake and SEMGIVE of a mutual exclusion semaphore. And by the way, if I go back to my terminal and expand it, I can see that we have now very well organized sharing of global resource composed of 2 global variables, an index and array. And as you can see, we have here application 1 accessing the shared resource, and then application 2 accessing the shared resource. And I don't have any data corruptions anymore. Okay, let me go back to the system viewer graph, because I wanted to let you know that there is not only the graph, but you have also the event table. So you can see the events in your graph. And when you zoom in, you will get less events. Okay, so 100%. Go back to the graph, and for example, you zoom in here, you zoom in the creation phase, and then you select event table in order to see all the events. And we are using VxWorks Simulator with 2 CPUs, VxWorks SMP. So we have the cores 0 and 1 that are indicated in the core column, and those cores are indicated in the graph as well by the numbers. If you have a 4-core architecture, you will see the 4-core usage by your applications. Again, that's another story because we have also task CPU affinity in SMP. So I have a couple of questions here. What happens if I erroneously call SEMGIVE twice from one of the tasks? Okay, the mutual exclusion semaphore has has three characteristics. One of them is the ownership. So the owner of the mutex semaphore can call as many times as it wants to semtake. The condition is to call as many times the semgive to release the mutex, to release the resource. So let's say that there was the last call to semgive. Okay, it means that the caller is not the owner anymore. And if there is another task after that that calls semtake, it will become the new owner. So the other one that is not the owner anymore, if it calls again semgive, the semgive returns error because it is not the owner anymore. Once it calls the last semgive in the critical section, it is not the owner anymore. I have another question here. Is there a safeguard? What do you mean by safeguard? So if I understood well, what if it calls semgive first? Okay, let me answer the first question first. Is there a safeguard? I'm not sure what is a safeguard. Maybe it is another mechanism that exists in the real-time systems. We don't have that mechanism in VxWorks unless it's another term for mutual exclusion semaphore. So we do have three types of semaphores in VxWorks: binary, counting, and mutual exclusion semaphores. The other question, what if it calls give first? Again, if any task calls semgive while it is not the owner, then the semgive returns immediately error. So it has to call first semtake, and if that semtake succeeds, it becomes the owner, and therefore it can call semgive. Okay, only the owner succeeds its call to the semgive API. I hope I answered your questions. Any other questions? Okay, I don't see any more questions. Thank you very much for your attention. I ask Ranjan to take back the word.
Yeah, so if there are any further questions, we would be happy to answer them at this point. Otherwise, thank you for joining and have a great day. The on-demand recording will be available later.
Thank you all, and have a nice day or evening.
Thank you very much. Bye.
Thank you. Goodbye.